Good morning. I am Andrea Zamunder-Cervi from Ebinform. Ebinform is an entity about industrial machine, and Ebinform also have courses about drones. Azienda Sicura is the operative division of Ebinform, and just to be clear, my working position is technical manager about drones in Project EMS, my own company. Today we have a very basic lesson, a lesson for beginner about drone and the 3D mapping. Okay, now I start with the first slide, and then after I have finished to talk about all the slides, you can ask me everything. Let's start. What are drones? Maybe someone of you already know what are drones, but today I'm going to explain something more. A drone is a robot with limited decision-making skill. It can be a fixed-wing drone, a multi-rotor drone, but can be also a rover drone, so a drone with wheels that can go on the ground, and can be also a submarine drone, so a drone that go inside the ocean. There are a lot of kind of drone. Mainly here we know the remote pilot aircraft system, so the APR in Italian. The APR in USA UAV are the remote pilot drones that fly, so multicopters and fixed wing. This is an APR with rotary wing, a multicopter, a multirotor. I think many of you have already seen a configuration like this. This is an hexacopter, and a lot of you maybe know the Phantom, the DJI Phantom, the most famous multirotor in the world. But about the APR, the UAV, the remote piloted aircraft, we have also the fixed wing. This is an APR fixed wing. A fixed wing is a little plane. This plane is 600 millimeter and weight only 300 grams. So it's very little plane, but it's perfect to do aerial photography. Aerial photography for 3D reconstruction. So with this kind of aircraft you can fly over, you can fly in a certain area, you can take picture, and with this picture you can make a 3D reconstruction of this area. You can also do the 3D reconstruction with rotary wing, so with the multirotor. After this slide we explain the difference between fixed wing and multirotor. But let's continue. Underwater drones. The underwater drones, they are drones that go inside the ocean, inside the water. And also we have the land drones, also called rover. This is a land drones used for cinematography. This is a typical cinematography camera. Today we also would like to talk about normative reference, about ENAC. ENAC is Ente Nazionale Aviazione Civile is an Italian entity that rule the use of drones, the civil drones. So the website of ENAC is a governative website and is enac.gov.it, and we have two regulations. We have two regulations. The first is already passed out, and now we have the second edition of the regulation about drones, and is applied since September of this year. We have to talk where the drone can fly and also where the drone cannot fly. The drone cannot fly in the city, because if a drone flies in the city, we have security problem. The drone cannot fly over people, because if a drone flies over the head of the people, we have security problem. The drone cannot fly industrial area, because if we overfly the industrial area, we have problem, security problem. And also, you cannot fly over the airport, because I think every one of you can think about this. It's very dangerous to fly a little drone near a very big aircraft, because can be a mess. Critical operation is possible, but they are everything that is non-critical. So, for critical operation, you have to ask a specific authorization to ENAC. For example, if you need to do a 3D mapping in a certain area that is critical, you can ask ENAC to release you a special permission to do that operation. So you have to follow certain procedure and you have to use certain drone. But at certain condition, it's possible to do critical operation. And yes, now this is the slide about 3D mapping, but I would like also to add something. For ENAC, there are the main authorization is non-critical authorization. You can fly in non-critical zone only if you have ENAC authorization. If you don't have, you have to request to ENAC the authorization. Otherwise, you cannot fly for commercial purpose. If you need to fly in critical zone, so you have to do critical operation, you have to ask another kind of authorization. But if you fly for fun, if you fly outside the regulated zone, the air regulated zone, you can fly for fun. You don't have to ask the authorization if you have to fly for fun. Okay? Every regulation in details are exposed in enac.gov.it, and there is also a courtesy translation in English of the regulation, of the Italian regulation. Okay, I'm sorry for my English. I hope I am understandable, because I know that I don't have a very good English, but I hope that you can understand everything and enjoy this moment. I go fast with the slide, so after I have finished all the slide, we can talk, you can ask questions, and I can reply to your question. So, let's talk about 3D mapping. This is a 3D model, okay? For example, for your interest, we can use drones for making 3D models like this, okay? Yes, this is not a real 3D because it's an image, it's a JPEG, so it's not a real 3D, but we have to use drone to make 3D models. So, the 3D mapping is useful for various reasons. The creation and the update of already existing 3D maps or model. You can check for damage caused by disaster. If you go online and search, you can find a lot of case history about using drone for checking damage caused by disaster. I remember one case in which EB, the SenseFly drone, the fixed with SenseFly drone, is used for checking damage caused by the Typhoon Haiyan in Philippines. And other case is identification of activity to be carried out on a ground, structural study of building, detection of artistic and architectural heritage, checking the status of archaeological environment or sites. So, I go to the next slide. Now I explain to you a bit of how the 3D mapping process works. I'm going fast, but after this slide we can talk more freely. I am interested in finishing all the slides so I can give you a basic to talk, a basic pack of information to talk about it. About the 3D mapping, we have the drones with a FCB inside it, so a flight control board, the board that control the flight of the drone. So there are software that you can connect on the FCB and allow the loading of the waypoint. So the waypoint is the GPS point, and the GPS point, so the waypoint, are the point that the drone follow during the flight. And the drone can follow independently his home path. After setting the various waypoint, the drone will fly above the terrain and can take snapshot, can take photo. So, according to the path, to the waypoint path, the drone follows this path, take the photo, and when you take the drone on the ground, you can retrieve the photo, and you can also have the geotag on the photo, so you can know where the photo is taken. And when you have the photo, you can use this photo to create the 3D reproduction, and you can use the professional software like Spitz4D or Agisoft Photoscan, and also there are also some other suites, but this is two of the main shoes for Italian professionals. Okay, this is a video, but after this slide I show you this video. First, I would like to finish the slide. After, I would like to show you this video where I can show you how the 3D mapping process works. The video shows a drone that do the 3D mappings. First, I would like to finish the slide and tell you something interesting for you, I think. I would like to talk to you about 123D Catch. That is an hobby software developed by Autodesk. Maybe some of you know it. And it's a software that can you use for understand the basic of the 3D mapping. So if you use this software, you can understand how the 3D mapping works. So if any one of you have a smartphone or a PC, I suggest you today, also I suggest you to do it now if you are interested, in download 123D Catch app, because it's already available on App Store, also for Android and also for iOS, and you can do a 3D reproduction of any object you have here. But this is only an hobby software. This is here for give you some basic. I suggest this software because I would like to introduce the basic of 3D mapping. So I suggest you to download it and try it also today. But 123D Catch is not the only software for do 3D reproduction, because 3D reproduction created by 123D Catch is not professional. If you need to go professional, you need to use, for example, Pix4D or, for example, Agisoft Photoscan. These two are only example. Okay, you can use any suite do you want, but I suggest this suite. In the presentation of today also have a little part about 3D printing. Yes, I know, is not strictly related to the drones. We are very conscious about this. But I would like to introduce also 3D printing. Why? Because I think for your classes is interesting. Because with 3D printing you can do this. Okay? So 3D printing is also used in drone field for making part for drone. But if you are already skilled with 3D reproduction, and this is something that I tell you now because I think your class can be interested in this, you can do reproduction like this. Okay? This is something only a bit of information. I tell you this because I think it's for your class, not because it's strictly correlated to drones. I go. And I am near the finish of the slide, so after the slide we can talk more freely. I would like to present the course organized by Azienda Sicura and the project EMS. And this is these are a course about drones, about making drones, about understand how to do 3D mapping and aerial photography. Okay, this is the course, but I go down because I show you the URL of the course and my contact. So if any one of you need to contact me personally to speak about anything about drones, I am ready. This is my contact, and I would like to remember you that this presentation is made possible by Ebinform.